Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So finally the day has arrived where I will be showing you some new makeup products, talk about them and share my experience with. Today's look is being created using these new makeup products. Now yes, in recent past, I would say in past 2 to 3 months I've bought a lot of new makeup. It's just that I never tried them on in front of you. I have been using them though behind camera. I do use these products in my normal filming days as well, or even if I'm going out or stepping out of my house, I do end up trying a lot of these makeup products, and technically I would say it's not even trying now, I have already been using them. So yes, today I thought why not share my experience with these new makeup products, because yes, sometimes we just get a lot overwhelmed with these haul videos and we tend to get confused and we want to know should I or you be buying it in future or not. So if you want to know all about these new interesting makeup products from different brands, then keep on watching. So to keep the video short, simple and sweet, I did film the application part before, and yes, you will be seeing the application in due course of the video. First up, I did went ahead with a new primer today. So I did try the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Now I have the luminous one as well. Now as the weather goes, I thought a luminous one will be way too much for my skin, but the putty primer itself also is too much for my skin type, because firstly it is heavy, it is a little thick primer for my liking. It does melt into the skin, but yes, you do feel the primer has a little heavy texture to it, which will make you feel that your pores are getting clogged, or even if they're not getting clogged, you do feel a little heavy on the skin, that you feel that you applied a base which is a little heavy. Second thing which I noticed with the primer in due course of time, that with this primer, do not go in with a very dewy finish foundation if you're a combination to oily skin. But if you're a dry skin, then you're good to go with any kind of foundation you would like to put on, because you already have a dry skin, and this primer and the foundation is going to add a good amount of hydration. But a combination to oily skin has to really look out and match up this primer with your favorite foundation, or a good foundation which does not budge during the day. Pore minimizing, yes, to expect a little bit of pore minimizing, but not too much, because you have to keep that in mind that it is not a silicone based primer, it is more of a cream based primer, and this one is not the luminous one, but still it is going to give you that nice luminosity on the skin. So now I feel, why did I get the luminous one? Because luminous one is also illuminating, and this one not being luminous still is very illuminating on the skin. So yes, this will definitely make your matte foundation more luminous when you wear it underneath, and yes, everything just lays on perfectly well. But being a combination to oily skin, I'm not a big fan on this primer for my skin type, because I do feel a little heavy on the skin. I just feel that I am wearing something heavy on my skin, and that's something which I don't want to feel during the day. So yes, not the best thing for a combination to oily, but dry skin people are going to love it, because it is definitely hydrating and it is just going to make you feel very nice during the day. It is not going to make you feel super dry or dehydrated. So yes, you know, now you have to decide, would you like to go for this primer? Because if you are oily skin, then give a thought. Dry skin, just go ahead and grab yours. Next up, we have a new foundation which I tried today. Is the Sugar Rage for Coverage 24-hour foundation in the shade 42 Glaze. Now when I bought this foundation and I showed you in a haul also, I said my first impression was that I really loved it, and frankly speaking, I really like the texture on this foundation. It is super thick, but it just blends like magic. The only thing with 24-hour foundation is that you cannot be putting product all over and start blending with a blender, though you can use a nice foundation brush to blend these kind of foundation which are into a super thick format. This is definitely a super thick foundation, but a little goes a long way. So I took like 2 pumps, like 2 squeezes, and it's more than enough for my full face. If you take the exact match of your skin, then you're good to go. With the 24-hour foundation or super matte foundation, avoid yourself getting a wrong shade, or else your skin, your makeup will start looking a little ashy after a few hours or maybe an hour or so. So always go in with an exact match of your foundation. So I did match up this foundation with my neck. So you saw I did had to go onto my neck with the foundation, because then my neck and face were even, because I have been matching myself with my neck. That is why you do feel that I do pick up a little deeper shade than my skin tone. Just because I avoid putting any kind of foundation on my neck. My neck doesn't like it. I do have a lot of allergies on my neck then. But talking about the foundation, it stays well. It definitely controls the oil for some time. If you go in with a perfect primer, then you can just sustain for easily 4 to 5 hours without touching up in this hot scorching summer, because I did wear this foundation outside as well, and if you are a Delhiite, you know how hot it is at this point here. So yes, it stays well, it blends well, and you have some good amount of shades to choose from. I'm generally disappointed with Sugar on one thing, is that they do not get too many shades. They just get very few shades, which is highly disappointing. They should just get more shades. If they get a formula like this, why not more number of shades? So yes, choose or pick a right shade for yourself and you are good to go. It is definitely 10 on 10, fully approved foundation. I'm enjoying this foundation. I have worn this foundation already so many times that I just can't get enough of it, and by far I feel one of the good foundation into 24-hour category. If you look back, there are many brands who have done foundation which lasts up to 24 hours and they are super thick, but then they get dry on the skin, they start flaking up, they start enhancing your texture, they don't allow your other products to blend well. But with this foundation, none of these issues will appear. Everything will just glide onto your skin seamlessly and you will just love your base. I'm wearing it today and I'm absolutely loving it. So this is definitely a 10 on 10 foundation by Sugar Cosmetics. Moving on in this video, next up I did set up my face with this new Maybelline Fit Me powder, which will cost you I think 199 or 190 rupees. Now I did pick up 2 powders in this range because I just went a little wrong with the shade match. So whatever your foundation shade is, do not go ahead and buy the same shade. You may end up picking a deeper shade than your foundation shade. So might as well go like 2 shades lighter when you're picking up this powder. Now I have been using this powder, and frankly speaking I would say more than the Fit Me Square powder which they had earlier launched long time back. I never enjoyed that powder. For some reason I felt that powder was not doing anything for my skin. Neither it was, you know, mattifying my makeup or making it long lasting. Though I would say this powder has a lot to do, and for the pricing I'm definitely getting a good powder. It just fixes up everything, doesn't leave too much of color. You saw it just went on the skin seamlessly, and it really give a little extra art to your foundation. I'm not saying that it is like the wow powder and nothing is better than this. There are many better powders in the market, but for the price I felt you are definitely getting a good powder which will hold up your makeup for some time. And yes, it is a very quick fix powder, so you can actually travel with it. You can just carry it in your bag. If you just want to do a light touch up, this powder comes pretty handy and it is easy to use. So yes, this is definitely one of those products which anybody would love, and the best part is that you get a lot of product for a very affordable pricing, and you have a decent amount of shades to choose from. So yes, I absolutely love this powder for my skin type, as well as the deeper shade which I picked up, 310. It can actually work as a light bronzer on my skin. So if you want to use this powder as a light bronzer as well, you can definitely go in with a deeper shade and you can use this product. But for 190 rupees, you're definitely getting a 10 on 10 setting powder. Moving on to another face product, the Rimmel London Maxi Blush in the shade Wildcard 03. Now frankly speaking, this blush is really pigmented. A little goes a very long way. The one thing which I don't like about this blush is that it doesn't have any kind of kickback, which doesn't allow me to blend my blush quickly or slowly. I would say not quickly, slowly. Like you saw when I apply the blush, it just, like, you know, if I don't move my brush faster, the blush stays on at one place, and then I had to go in with my setting powder again to lighten it up. That's what is been happening with this blush. Other than that, the blush stays on for a very long time. It just looks so nice. It just looks perfect on the skin. You can see it. I'm wearing this makeup now more than 2.5 hours, and the blush is still on, because the pigments in this blush are really strong. They just show up well. So whenever you apply this blush, the only trick you can do is that you can just take your normal compact powder and just run over your face so that it just tones down. Because whichever shade you pick up from this range, I'm expecting the same amount of pigmentation. So, but saying that, for the price and the amount of product you get in here, it is definitely a steal deal. And I really like this blush. I have been wearing this blush constantly. I like layering this blush with my cream blushes as well, and then just run over my compact and I'm just good to go. So yes, this is definitely one of those blushes which is a little like a tricky blush, or I would say a blush if you do not pick the right brush, if you do not put the right pressure, you can just go wrong. But once you know the trick, you're just gonna love it. So yes, definitely a blush worth trying from Rimmel London. And I must say, by so far, whatever powder products I've tried from them, bronzer, compact, blush, all the three have performed really well, and I see a lot of pigment going on. I did pick the blush in a 50% off discount, so do look out for a good discount. You will definitely save up. I'm eyeing one more shade though from this Rimmel London blush range. If I ever get it, I will definitely stock it up. But definitely give a try if you are into blushes. But if you do not like blushes, if you don't keep yourself away from blushes, then I would not suggest you to get this one, because I really don't want you to dislike blushes more. Instead, go for blushes which has a little kickback, and you can learn, use it, and then go in with this one. Other than that, this is definitely worth trying. So now we are done with the base and the face makeup with some new products. Let's move on to an eye product which I happen to try. This is the Maybelline The City Mini palette in the shade Urban Jungle. Now girls, I already own a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I restrain myself not to buy unnecessary palettes or palettes which are not basically going to give me too many eye looks, or that palette is just going to give me that one basic look. So I really keep myself away from such palettes, and yes, this one definitely falls into that category. After buying the palette, I realized this one thing with the palette. Now Maybelline has a lot of City Mini palettes, and I must say the quality is definitely there. You do feel that the matte and the shimmer blend seamlessly. The pigmentation is good. There is no fall off. Anyhow, I did my base makeup first, and then I went ahead with the eye look, and there was no fall off, so I really didn't have to dust off anything. But coming down to the shadows and the number of shadows you get in here, you just get one matte and you get all shimmers in this palette. I don't know about others, you might be getting 2 mattes or 3 mattes and remaining shimmers, but here I'm just getting one matte, that too it's a very deeper matte. Other than this, I'm just getting all shimmers. Though if I have to use only one shimmer or only one matte, then you are good to go. But if you're expecting, you want to correct your eyes, like when you accidentally put a deeper matte and you want to just fix it, you pick up a lighter matte and then blend the shadow. That is not going to happen with this palette. That's quite disappointing, because such a huge palette it is. A lot of shades are here. But why only one matte? They should have given me at least 2 mattes and more shimmers. So that is the only thing which is lacking here. I don't know about other palettes, but if you're eyeing this one, then you can totally skip it, because the quality is there, the pigmentation is there. It's just the number of shadows you get in here are very limited. So you're not going to get too many looks out of it. And if you're just carrying one palette, then you will not be happy about it, because if any mistake happens or anything, you cannot fix it. So your palette should be good enough to fix your faults, or if anything went wrong while doing the application. You should have a little lighter matte or a shade complementing to the other shadows in the palette. But the quality is definitely very good compared to the earlier palettes Maybelline used to have. So yes, I will totally pass this. You really don't have to get this one in particular. But if other palettes have more number of mattes and shimmers, then you can just go ahead and buy them, because the quality is really good. You'll be happy with your eye look. Though I'm really happy with my eye look, because the shadows look really pretty. They have blended seamlessly, and I really enjoy this very simple, easy, smoky look. So with this palette, you're just going to achieve a smoky look. Or if you're just going in with one shimmer, single shimmer, then you may end up creating a very subtle look as well, but do not expect anything more than that. Finishing up this video with the last product is this lipstick by Rimmel London Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade, I think, Love Bite. Yes, it is Love Bite. This is the only shade I have from this lipstick range. Now I really like the applicator on this lipstick. Really amazing. I really like it. It has a lot of different shades to choose from, but from all the shades I felt that this was the perfect shade for my skin tone. If you are anyone deeper than me, you're gonna love the shade called Urban Affair as well. This shade and that shade is very close, but that is more deeper. But if I would have gone for that shade, it would have been a little way too dark for my liking. It would have been more of my winter shade. So yes, this shade is definitely one of the shades which any girl would love to wear on daily basis. Talking about the formula, I would say not the best, because if you wear this lipstick without the lip liner, after you keep talking so much, the way I've just spoken too much, the lipstick starts disappearing in between, which looks very vague. Secondly, if you start doing this during the day, the lipstick starts get crumply from inside, not outside. But the staying power on the lipstick is pretty high, like it just stays on, and it is not that easy to remove as well. But with a normal micellar water, with a normal wipe, you can still remove it around say. So the best way to apply these lipstick and not to face that disappearance of lipstick from between is to go in with a lip liner. So first I applied a lip liner, and then I went in with this lipstick, because I want to increase the longevity of the lipstick. That's how you do it with all of your lipstick, putting a good lip liner underneath. So I'm wearing today K-Beauty lip liner underneath this lipstick. So yes, all in all, the lipstick formula, the staying power is really good. If you want, you can definitely grab one shade for yourself. I'm not disappointed with the fact that it disappears from in between, because not everyone keeps talking whole day. But if you're eating anything, if you're eating something oily, you will see the lipstick disappearing from inside. You just have to do a minute touch up, or the best way is to go in with a lip liner before you lay on this lipstick. For the kind of weather I am in, which is extremely hot, no AC, no fan, this makeup has really lasted well onto my skin type, which is combination to oily. And yes, I have not done any kind of touch-ups, neither I've set my face again. All the products will be linked in my description. If you want to grab anything for yourself, do know your skin type before investing in any of the makeup products as well, because yes, your skin type does play a very important role. I will be here soon with some more new makeup products, some more new try-ons, some more reviews. Consider subscribing and following me on my Instagram @BronzingGeek. I hope you loved watching this one. I will see you in my next one. Ta-da!